toy.
We want it bin.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
I have spoken.
Welcome to episode 286 of the Smugglers Galaxy Podcast, your favorite Star Wars podcast for smugglers in the galaxy. We're a little groggy today because it's time change day.
Yeah, and there's something else you need to know.
Uh-oh, what's that?
The microphone's going through the computer, not the microphone.
Oh, mother trucker. Hold on, let me fix that.
I just realized that as you were talking. I'm like, oh, that sounds echoey. He's in a
Is that
chamber.
better?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, cool. So should I do it
There
again or
you
just
go.
leave it in? We'll
Just leave it in.
Leave it in.
You don't
Par for
edit.
the course.
Why start now?
Right. I'm like, okay, Jason's got to tell me something. What happened? What's going on? Oh my God, is there breaking news? No, I'm just through the wrong microphone.
Yeah, I have a lot of news, but no breaking news.
No breaking news. Yeah, because you know what happens? If you hear it here first, you're hearing it last.
Yeah, usually because we release on Tuesday, and if something breaks on Wednesday, then you've got to wait a week to hear about it from us.
Right. So we're just an opinionated people.
Opinionated people.
Opinionated people. Oh, so how's your week going?
Good.
Anything fun and exciting?
I finished the last print for Rogue Fun.
Oh, yay. The
It's,
3D print?
Yeah, the last 3D print. It turned into spaghetti.
Oh,
But then
no.
it fixed itself. That's just a metaphor for life. Sometimes things go to crap, but eventually everything just works out.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's
so-
horrible.
But it's done, and each piece or each thing that I made took a week to print, so it's good. We're good. We're fine here.
Everything's good.
I also printed this for my room. So you mount this to the wall. You
Uh-huh.
see there's a hole there for a dowel.
Right?
This is the matching piece.
Uh-huh.
So then you put it this way. You put this on the wall, and then you rest the helmet on this piece, and so it's a helmet mount for like the Black Series helmets.
Nice.
So yeah, I got to put that up.
Yeah, I've also heard people using paper towel holders to do that, but not on the wall.
Yes. Yeah, but I need to clear up some space on the surfaces. There's one area I'm hoping they fit because we'll see. To be tight.
Because you got a lot of them. Are you gonna do all the? Is it for 3D head? Or no, the 3D heads aren't hollow, are they?
No, it's not for the 3D heads. It's going to be well, some of them are actually, but they're going to be for my Boba Fett helmet.
Uh-huh.
This one was 3D printed, the Shore Trooper helmet,
Yeah.
and then the Sabine helmet that I got
For $20.
for $20. Just put that up.
Yeah, Jordan messaged me that Zeb, Zeb's showing up at Ross for like $5. And I'm like, for $5, I probably will pick one extra one up if I find it. But I'm not gonna go Ross hunting.
I haven't gone Ross hunting in a while.
Yeah.
I just figure there's more professional scalpers out there who'll get to the stuff before me.
Well, I mean, we've got them in our hometown, so it is. It's sort of like, why bother?
You can't wait to pick one up at Toylanta for inflated price.
Right, for $15.
Yeah,
Actually,
you
no,
bought it for $5, and originally it was 30. So, it's just 30.
yeah.
Let's get dirty.
I am kind of curious how Toylanta's going to go. I messed up, and my wife and daughter made plans for that weekend, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll get the grandbabies. And then you look at the date, and you're like, crap. But they like toy shows, so I think it's still going to have a good time, and I think it'll add a different layer to my experience. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Star Trek experience for you.
What does that mean? Star Trek.
You have some Klingons.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, but they're old enough. They're 8 and 9, 8 and 10. So
Yeah, but they're gonna be like 11 o'clock. Wampa, I want to go home. My legs hurt.
yeah, they're not gonna have. They're gonna be like, "Suck it up, boy."
My legs are broken. That's what my daughter used to say to me when she gets tired. My legs are broken. Is she standing on her legs?
Like it doesn't want to work. Oh,
did
geez.
you? I know the answer to this. Did you pick anything up?
I did. I found the E-wing. So like right after we were done recording last week, and went to Walmart, and they had the E-wings for $40. So I have yours. So I messaged you, and you're like, "Heck yeah, I want that."
Messaged you yesterday because I was in your area, but then I was out of your area, so I deleted the message.
That's why you deleted the message. I was like, I guess he sent it to somebody else.
No, I was on my way. I was passing through, and I was like, if he's around, I'll pick it up. But you didn't answer, so I was like, I didn't want to create confusion later on. It was like 9 o'clock at night. Are you still in my area? No.
Yeah, I don't know what I had seen it, but I don't know. So I don't know why I didn't see it. I saw it like later, but
because you picked one up for me.
Yes, I picked one up for you, so I picked yours up. I did open it. That's how I feel about it. I don't want to get into it too much because I mean I do have some message. We have some messages from last week's show because we were like, oh, we don't like going into this, but then we got supportive messages from it. So anyway,
I got one on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I have that pulled up right now. I was
you
like,
got
look
the
at
YouTube
that.
one?
Yeah, I've got the YouTube one. But I can see why Hasbro's having trouble selling Star Wars stuff because you're asking $100 for this thing, and it's nice and chunky and it looks great, but $100 for this ship is ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's no wash on it. I put a wash on mine to kind of help bring out the details, and I think I did a good job. But it's like you're looking at the wings, and the wings, there's a top piece and a bottom piece of the wing, and there's a piece that is on the front and the back. I don't know how to describe it better, but imagine an Oreo cookie, the cream in the middle of an Oreo cookie. That section of the wing needs a wash on it because there's just so much detail in that, and it's like, why didn't you guys at least put black or something on there? Because it's all one single color. And, just do a little bit more to this thing to make it justify it being $100 piece. I mean, yes, it does come with the droid, but that only really adds $10 to the ship.
Yeah, I would imagine that the vintage collection's not as healthy as we imagine it's being.
Yeah.
I mean, when a line is filled with repacks and repaints, there's reasons for that. They don't have the budget. The things aren't selling. It's probably a catch-22. Like, it's not selling, so we don't have a budget, but we don't have a budget to invest in it, so people aren't buying.
Right. So it is. It's a good-looking ship. I like it, but I also realize when you buy something and you're like, oh, this is cool. You play with it for 10 minutes, you throw it in your collection and forget about it. That's probably why I haven't been buying lately either, because there's nothing, you get excited about it for a half a day and then you throw it in your collection and forget about it. So the high's gone. But yeah, I look at that and I'm like, I understand why and then also you've got to go hunt the figure. So then you're $20 in for the figure.
Yeah. Callahan.
The Callahan to put in the figure, but I'm like, into the ship. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll just find an X-Wing pilot and throw it in there, or a Rebels or something, throw an extra figure in there. But then none of my ships have pilots. so it really doesn't bother me to not have a pilot in it.
Mhm.
Because then, well, I don't want to do the Ghost because they haven't. The only way you're going to get the proper selection of Ghost crew is if you open the figures that came with the ship, because they haven't released the proper era of Ghost crew to put them all together the season. But yeah, I know. I definitely you want to know why Star Wars is failing Hasbro? Look at that ship and charging $100 for that ship and having people wait till it hits 40. I mean, yeah, you may be able to sell a bunch of your stock at $100, but the people are getting aggravated. I mean, if they, like we've always talked about, if you can find this, if you wait 6 months or a year and you can find it for $40, you're gonna wait. So good job, Hasbro.
Pick anything else up?
Mm. I almost picked up a Zeb prototype from Burger King. There was an extra one that was on eBay, and I
Oh,
thought about it long and hard, but I was like, I'll just save my money for Toylanta.
that's the interesting thing about that toy. So that a mutual friend popped up that he picked that up off of eBay.
Hmm.
It's a prototype. On the bottom, it says the Burger King Company,
Yeah.
but it's McDonald's in May that's getting Mando and Grogu toys in
Okay.
their Happy Meal, not Burger King. So
Mm. I wonder if
wondering if
Burger, yeah,
I wonder if that's another territory.
maybe, maybe if I'd have known that, I probably would have picked it up a little bit harder. But it was the guy had made me. I made an offer. He had it listed for 100. I made an offer at 50, and he shot back 70. And I thought about it too long, and somebody picked it up. And
Oh,
and it's hard to justify spending $70 on something that's like 4 inches tall or three and a
yeah,
half
and
inches
I would
tall.
imagine the actual item, assuming it is coming to Burger King, would probably bring you just as much joy
Yeah. So I mean,
because it is.
I'm gonna look, and when those figures come out, I'll pick it up. I mean, I do have a prototype. It's a Doc Brown from Burger King, but I've got all those figures. Um, so it's the one of him hanging out the DeLorean. I think it's like the
Yeah,
two would basically be the two up of
yeah.
of that. Um, but I only paid like $50 for it a few years ago. So and it's cool. You're looking at that, and it looked a lot better than that Zeb one, which was like a more of a first shot.
And the other problem, we've talked about this before, the other problem with modern collecting is there's a lot of these retro prototypes hitting the market.
Hmm.
Some are, um, they look like ice cream. They're different colors. Some are tan,
Right.
some are just light blue. And it gets to the point where it's like, what are these? Because they do not need this many prototypes.
Right.
Somebody is just making fake prototypes and walking them out the back door and saying, these are prototypes.
Yeah, I would fully expect that. I know we've ran into that issue with the Micro Galaxy Squadron,
Yeah.
and I think somebody kind of confirmed that there are too many of them to not be
Yeah.
what that's happening because they
Yeah.
all they're weird colors. Normally, when they do a prototype, it's one. There was some like cream ones that came out or translucent one, more real milky white ones, and people are assuming those are more of the first shot versus what's coming out now.
Yeah.
Um, so I know it's been a problem with modern collecting, modern prototype collecting, but I think it's becoming worse with that retro line. Maybe they've loosened up uh the security.
Maybe. I don't know. It's a problem and it's a
Or-
challenge with modern collecting because they're fake prototypes.
Yeah,
But
and
then
yeah,
but then does that make them special because they are fake prototypes that are unique and rare? I mean, where's
right.
this going?
Right. No, I see that they're being unique and rare, but I don't think they're worth the $200-300 but people are paying for them. In my opinion, I would pay $50 for one maybe, but not, oh look, this is a figure that I pieced together because I was bored or because my supervisor wasn't looking or they Johnny cashed it.
Yeah. And when we had Max on and the whole Micro Galaxy Squadron team, they were talking about the prototypes that they were using. Had some unique 3D printer that cost like $100,000 per prototype to make.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember that?
Uh,
It was something along those lines where it was an incredibly expensive, maybe it was 20,000. It was incredibly expensive for a prototype,
right.
highly detailed, colored, all that kind of stuff. And that's not what's going on eBay.
Right. No, it does feel like it's just somebody that, oh, I have some extra color and some extra time, and we're gonna make it,
I
either
think
one piece at a time or whatever.
I think the true prototypes are probably with employees. So if you're getting it from like a Hasbro or a Jazzware or insert company, toy company name here,
Hmm.
it's probably closer to an actual prototype than what you're getting off of eBay.
Yeah. So yeah, and I trust the guy that sent me the information, but still, it's like, do I want to pay that? It's just one of those things. I'd rather see it. I'd rather buy it from like toy department or because they've vented this stuff, or the
Yeah.
Limcos, or somebody that I know, versus eBay.
And that brings up another thing is like if people are buying that off on eBay, what's to stop them to flip it on one of the groups, Deal or No Deal? Hey, I got this
Right.
prototype. I just bought it for
Yeah.
$70. It's a BK one, and
And they're
I don't
supposed to
know,
be
just
eating
using your BK
McDonald's.
thing.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, no, you're right. The
Who
only thing
knows?
who knows, but I guess the only thing that would stop people from buying it off the group, people do tend to police it pretty well. Not police it pretty well, but if somebody have looked, and I've had people find that have found things on eBay and like send it to me later, or send it to, or make comments that, hey, this is on eBay, or for this,
Yeah.
or they just bought it off eBay. I don't
Um,
know if it's still like that or not, but I know Deal or No Deal's kind of gone downhill in the past 6 months.
yeah, the whole minimum 100. Okay, we got it. Just make that a rule. Minimum 100.
Right. You don't have to.
Every
And then if
post needs to
somebody,
have it now.
right. And if somebody bids under $100,
Ignore.
sorry. I mean, I understand why they did that minimum 100. They're trying to bring it back to what it was, but I don't think it's going to get back to what it was. A lot of people, because I think it's just the state of collecting right now. Nobody is buying or selling anything. And if nobody's buying or selling, nobody's moving anything. Nobody, and it's just stale. And no, nobody knows what to do right now. I don't know what to do with my hands.
After we recorded last week, I met Narayan halfway between my house and his house to make a swag trade.
Hmm.
So my garage is now filled with even more stuff.
Oh,
I
fun.
cannot wait for the Thursday before when we load up and my garage kind of looks normal again. Um, and then on top of that, I've got 60 people coming over, and what if it's raining? You
All
can't put them in
right.
the garage.
Oh,
But
when are you getting to U-Haul?
it would have to be Thursday morning, and then we
Okay.
load up, and then the party's Thursday night.
Yeah.
So then Friday we can just go.
Right.
But at that Walmart I stopped and they had a bunch of Micro Galaxy Squadron. It's the stuff off of Johnson Ferry. It's like why do the big Walmarts get nothing and these little hole in the wall Walmarts the people forget about get the Micro Galaxy Squadron stuff?
Did you see anything good?
Yeah, they had this ship as a normal, the
Okay.
Count Dooku's that's a Starfighter class, whatever. What is it called? The Count Dooku ship?
Uh-huh. It's
The
called Count
Geonosian,
Dooku ship.
the Geonosian ship.
Uh-huh.
They had that, so I picked that up, and they also had the prototype tie from Rebels and Andor, the one with the curved wings.
Oh, yeah.
So I picked that up
Cool. Yeah, I
just
saw
because.
somebody had posted in the group, in one of the groups, that they were in some random shop somewhere, and there were five
Yeah,
holographic ships just sitting on the shelf, and it's like, there again, Jazzwares. What the hell?
yeah,
But what were you gonna say? I
that was
don't
it. That's what I picked up. Plus that
know.
E-wing, which I need to get at some point.
Yeah, well, we'll see each other next weekend.
Yeah,
That's what I figured. I figured we're gonna see each other several times this month. You'll get it one of those weekends. Um, yeah,
we.
no, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I don't know what's going on with distributing with Jazzwares, where you're seeing people that, here's a case of chases showing up at a random shop, and it's not even a toy shop, it's like a grocery store.
Yeah, it's
So
weird.
yeah.
We did get some feedback, which I guess I'll let you get into, but there was one Apple review, which I appreciate. Like, great
Yeah.
show, well done. This is the way. It was left 2 months ago by Yelly.
Okay.
I don't know. But thank you for the positive review. We appreciate that. Thanks for the shout out.
Yeah. Do you want me to read the YouTube?
Yeah.
All right. So this is from Pit Stop Perspectives. He said, I definitely identify with your feelings about the state of Star Wars. I feel like I've almost been mourning the Star Wars of my youth. My wife and I were just talking about the old Star Wars weekends at Disney and the excitement that surrounded those from the fans. It feels like the level of excitement is so far out of reach for the community right now.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Selling your car shouldn't feel like a second job. It should feel easy. With Carvana, it is. Just visit Carvana.com, enter your license plate or VIN, answer a few quick questions, and get an offer in minutes. Like what you see? We'll pick it up right from your door and hand you your check. No haggling, no hassle, no problem. Car selling made easy on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
You gonna keep going?
That's it.
No.
Is there more?
Yeah, I appreciate that y'all.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
Always
I didn't
keep it
read more.
positive. Even an episode like this where you're discussing some negative things that are happening right now, you still don't make it overly negative. You're expressing what we're all feeling. Some channels have allowed themselves to become so frustrated and bitter about the state of Star Wars that I think they've contributed to the decline of the community. Thank you for being a positive force in the Star Wars community.
Yeah.
You're welcome. We're trying.
Yeah, we're trying. Yeah, but no, I've never been to a Star Wars weekend, and you do hear stories. Have you been to one?
It was gorgeous. Yes. Yes, I remember walking into the ticket, the ticket counter back when there was paper tickets, and they had 501st stormtroopers walking the top of the MGM sign.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars was everywhere, and
right.
There was one. Which bounty hunter was it? Was Amwet? No, Ayla. No. The one from episode 1. She got a little too touchy-feely. That made Shannon a little mad.
I don't like when she touches you, Jason.
She was in character. She was like, okay, that's enough.
She's like, lady, I can kick your butt.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
was that the one that shape-shifted?
No, it's
the one with the antenna coming out of her head.
It starts with an A. Jeez. It's not
with
easy,
the mohawk
people.
Or something. Huh?
No, she doesn't have a mohawk. She's got a back
like
ponytail.
A ponytail or something. Yeah.
And
okay.
She's in the orange suit. Everybody knows, and people are screaming, and 15 minutes from now it'll come to me.
Right.
It's not Ayla Secura. It starts with an A though.
Right.
Ara Singh.
Okay, there you go.
But yeah, like there's no way Disney's going to have Ara Singh walking around Galaxy's Edge right now because it's a deep cut. They're just going to stick to the Vaders and the Luke Skywalkers. There's no like Kit Fisto was walking around. I got a photo with Kit Fisto, and they went deep with some of those characters that were on display. I do remember like walking up to get Darth Vader, because Darth Vader's was in a covered thing because the line was so big to get. But the line was so big that they kind of put some extra effort into where you get the photo. Most of the time it was just a backdrop with somebody standing there.
Right.
But for Vader, they kind of put the effort in, and I was next in line, and they're like, hold on, Darth Vader just needs a break. So he walks out, and then immediately after, another Darth Vader walks in, and he is like a little bit more heavyset, a little bit more burly,
right?
You could say. I'm like, okay, whatever. I know what's going on. It's not the real Darth Vader.
I wonder. Yeah, I've always wondered, because when we did I did a meet and greet for Tigger and Winnie the Pooh, and they swap out pretty quick. So it takes a few minutes. I was curious if there's like two sets of actors that they keep swapping in and out or not.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, I would imagine.
Yeah.
They also, where they have an auditorium at MGM or Hollywood Studios where I think it's like a Frozen thing right now.
Okay.
Stadium. They used to have a Drew Carey like light sounds dangerous, I think it was called.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about, but I've never found it. Or is it? Yeah, but
yeah, it's right on the other side of Echo Lake.
Okay.
As you're walking in and you see the dinosaur, and there's Echo Lake.
Mm-hmm.
And just right past it, there's a theater, and for Star Wars weekends, they would do like a panel with the guests. They would have two guests come in, and I remember sitting through a Jake Lloyd panel,
Oh wow.
which was nice because obviously he's taking a step back for his own mental health reasons, and he was quiet back then. That was the thing that I remembered. He was just quiet and shy, it seemed
Mhm.
like.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, and I know you could meet them, and then they also had if you couldn't meet the actors, they would have pre-signed
Yeah.
headshots that you can get. So I've got a couple from the Rebels. I was found them, and I thought they were autographs, and they were like, no, they're not autographs. They're from Star Wars weekends, and they were like $2 each. So I was like, yeah, I'll take all the Rebels cast you got. Um,
A
so
different time.
yeah, I don't. I think if Disney would do something like that, it would be received positively. But I just think Disney has gone from doing stuff for the fans to being like, what can you do for me?
Well, there's changes happening because Jeff Snyder believes that James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi movie is dead under the new Lucasfilm leadership.
Okay, which one?
That was the one that it was supposed to be like 25,000 years before the Skywalker saga, and it was going to tell the story of how the Jedi became Jedi.
Oh, okay.
And it's, according to him, it's considered dead. So it sounds like the new leadership's making changes. They're refocusing, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'm reading too much into that decision, but
I'd like to see Star Wars get some more love. I know they've got a lot going on with all the other parks, all the construction. So I just don't know. I think with the failure of the Halcyon that they're definitely gonna take a step back. I'm really hoping they bring what they're doing in California to Florida, but as far as with the characters and the
yeah,
music and stuff.
when they start making money, Florida will be more inclined to follow suit.
Yeah. So,
We saw an 11% increase in profit based on the appearance of Darth Vader. Watch Florida
yep.
quickly. Look, Darth Vader's always been here.
Right. Yeah, here he comes. Yeah, all we got to do is change the soundtrack and we'll get 1,000 more people in here a day. Why not? Or 10,000 more people through here a day. Yeah, no, I'm curious. It is. We were yesterday was Georgia Beer Day, and we ended up going to a different brewery, and we start talking to this couple, and she saw one of them saw my Star Wars tattoos. One of the wives had Star Wars tattoos, and we start talking about Disney, and our dogs are both named Solo, and anyway, you talk about people because we talk about that trip that we took in 2019, and it's just crazy how in 5 years it totally rolls over to you had all this free stuff, and now you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So
Which we can get to the news because there's one piece of news that we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
I guess we can get into it. Disney has a new CEO starting this week. It was real soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Josh Tomorrow, who I met at Celebration, I saw him walking around, and I was like, "Can I get a photo?" He's like, "Yeah, I love making people happy."
That'll be $5, kid.
Yeah, but under his leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Tutelage, he I don't know, I like that word so much. He's the reason why, well, I don't know if he oversaw the reservation system,
Mm-hmm.
and he oversaw the transition from free fast pass to paid fast pass lightning lane.
Yeah.
And a lot of people really like Josh Tomorrow. I liked how out he was at the parks, and how like he seemed like he was on the street level, so to speak, and not so much in the C-suite.
Right.
But he did make those changes to the park.
Yeah.
Things that people don't love.
Well, I mean, I understand it because like you listen to other podcasts or Disney send you a Disney focused podcast, and they say people are paying $100. Families are paying $100 to ride rides.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
I think I've told this story too, but I think it was like 2019, maybe 2020. 2019, maybe it was 2020, right before the pandemic. My family and we went to Galaxy's Edge, and we are in Rise of the Resistance. We're in the part where you're past the army of stormtroopers and they're putting you into lockdown
Yeah.
and you're in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And so Shannon and I were standing there with the kids and we notice somebody standing behind us dressed really, really nicely. I mean, like they're not tourist nice, like
Right.
they're dressed really, really nicely. They're really well manicured. It was a guy, it was a woman, and then another person with like I don't remember if it was an iPad or a notepad or something, but it looked like that was an assistant.
You all right?
And we're like, who is that? That guy looks very familiar. And we're just trying to like figure it out, and we couldn't. And so I pulled my phone out to take a selfie with Shannon and I because it was the stormtroopers are standing behind us, the animated ones that kind of like are at a control pad and they're just kind of moving back and forth.
Mm.
And the guy's like, "Oh, we'll take your photo for you." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." So we give him the phone, and he takes our photo, and we're like, "Thank you very much." And then he goes back and starts talking to the woman, and she's just kind of like nodding, like, "Yeah, okay, yeah," like, like he's providing her with information is the read that I got from the situation.
Uh-huh.
So we get on the ride, and we get off the ride, and we notice that it's just this you can fit what up to 8 people per
Yeah.
thing. And it was just the three of them. It was the dude, the woman, and the assistant. And we get off and we're like, wait a minute, that was that Josh Tomorrow?
Oh, wow.
Was that the guy that was running as president of Disney Parks? And we looked it up and it was like, oh, that's Josh Tomorrow that took our photo. And he was with one of the Disney board members. And we're like, oh, okay.
He didn't have his "my name is Josh" name tag on, or is it
No,
just
like, no, I think they were being quiet about it. Like,
okay?
they were trying to be on the down low.
Right.
Like they didn't want to draw attention to this is a Disney board member,
Right.
person who's controlling the destiny of the parks and the company.
That's funny.
So yeah, Josh Tomorrow took our photo, but he one of the first things he did, and this is weird because it's the first time a CEO has kind of talked not so positively, less than positive. It's not a negative statement. It's a truthful statement. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's that he's delivering the truth. It was the first time he said that people liked a ride and not loved it.
Right.
He was acknowledging that Smuggler's Run isn't the big. It's probably related to the revenue of Lightning Lane. It's the thing that people don't love. They don't love it as much as Disney anticipated they would because it's the Millennium Falcon. People should love getting into that thing.
Right.
But he did acknowledge that the engineering position is boring. People don't like that.
I mean, truthfully, unless you're piloting it, it's not a fun ride.
Yeah.
And then if you get in there and a 5-year-old's piloting it, it's going to be one of your least favorite rides.
But that
yeah.
engineering position is going to change. They're going to, at least in that position, people are going to be able to determine what version of the ride you'll eventually get to.
Right.
Right now, it's just going to be Mandalorian in a couple months. But after that, I think like Bespin's going to be part of it.
Yeah, it'll be curious how they do that. I know I've never done the gunner position, but I've done the engineer, and you just basically are like, yeah, I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the ride. Yeah. I don't
pressing the button. This one's blinking, this one's blinking. Now this one's blinking. This one's blinking. I wish I was the pilot. This one's blinking. I could be hitting light speed right now. This one's blinking. This one's blinking.
Yeah.
Gunner,
Wait a minute.
repair the guns. Okay.
Yeah.
Repaired.
And it's like you're trying to pay attention. I think they would have done a better job if they would have done some kind of way instead of having it off to the side, doing it in front of you, putting it in front of you. That way you wouldn't have to pay attention to what's going on. You could pay attention to what's going on in front of you versus on the side. Same thing with the gunner position. Why didn't you just put a joystick or something to where you can control it, make it more like with the from the movies, but yeah, I don't understand that ride. I like the ride. It's a fun ride, but at the end of the day, you were promised. They were finally 5 years later getting what they promised you on that ride, as far as being able to have a different experience every time you rode it.
Yeah.
Because originally there was going to be like 3 different. It was going to be like Star Tours where you never knew what you were going to get.
But the key is what you just said. I like the ride. I
Yeah.
don't. You didn't say I love the ride.
I
I
don't love
like the ride, and
the queue's where it's at, but the last few times I've rode it, they rush you through that queue. You
yeah,
get to the post COVID, when you get into the chest room, it's like get out.
yeah,
You don't even get a chance to look around.
yeah,
But pre-COVID, when we went in 2019, you had 5 or 10 minutes in that in that chest room of the Millennium Falcon. I remember, taking pictures. People were waiting and taking pictures. I've got pictures of my wife and I at the chess table. I remember, there was a rumor at one time. There was like, hey, I looked at my son and I saw the red button in the corner. And I'm like, that red button, when the Millennium Falcon goes crazy, you got to run, push that red. Beep, 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 beep. And the Millennium Falcon. So it was almost like they heard me pointing it out.
yeah.
And so everybody just kind of sat there. And I ran up and, of course I made a big deal about it, but I ran up and punched the button and embarrassed
Yeah.
my son. And, I was like, I got to push the button on the Millennium Falcon. But even the kissing, the kiss booth or the kissing booth, the kissing scene, because they've got that in there, and I've been rushed past that because they're like, there's people coming in, you gotta go, and I'm like, this is part of the experience, is being able to enjoy being in this room and look around, because this is what people want. They don't want to ride the ride, they want to see the queue and they want to see the Falcon. So it's just like Ministry of Magic. People, at Epic, that ride's okay, but the queue's where it's at. So
Well, that's that.
that's that. That's our parks talk for today. I want to go back. I love Disney, but I'm like, why am I going to go spend thousands of dollars to have an okay experience?
Hasbro showed off 4 new Black Series figures this week.
Dude, those Black Series figures do look good.
Darth Maul, Devin Izara, which I imagine is the apprentice that becomes Darth Talon.
Mm-hmm.
Rook Cast, which is a Mandalorian. And the 11th brother, which is the crow-looking Inquisitor.
That 11th brother looks badass.
Yeah.
I might have to buy that. I don't
You
know
say
about
that.
Huh?
Yeah, I might have to buy that when it shows up at Ross.
Yeah, when it shows, if I can find it. There it is. Yeah, if I can find them for cheap, awesome. But yeah, is it Rook Cat? Well, 11th brother. Yeah.
11th brother.
They're $30 each, man. That's a lot of money for a figure.
It's a lot of scratch, bruh.
It's a lot of scratch, bruh. I mean, he's awesome looking. It's one of the better looking Star Wars figures. I mean, I'm glad to see that they're making scarier looking figures.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think the Mandalorian looks good. She was actually in, I think, Rebels. Her and Sabine, was it her that was in Rebels?
I don't remember, but that name Rook Cast kind of sounded familiar. I know Cast is a Mandalorian name, just like Vizsla and Ren. It's like a Clan Ren, Clan Cast, Clan Vizsla.
Yeah, so I'm curious if, it'd be fun if we had I doubt we're gonna have a Rebels tie-in, but you never know, man. I mean, no, she's a good-looking figure too. It's definitely, those two figures I'm looking at going, those are badass, and she's definitely a different looking Mandalorian. It's a set of armor we haven't seen before.
I wish I had this on the bingo card, because this was out of the blue, which is kind of a pun because it is Blu-ray.
Okay.
The original trilogy is being released on Blu-ray on April 7th.
Now, is that unedited?
I don't think so. I think it's the version that's available on Disney Plus.
Okay.
But I just thought it was weird that they're re-releasing that without like any push or anything. It's just like there's no, I mean, I guess Mandalorian's coming out. So maybe that's what they're doing, is just say, hey, if you haven't watched it in a while. But I mean, with all the streaming stuff and the pullback, which I'm about to get to in Target, the pullback from electronics and toys, like the shelf space for DVDs and Blu-rays are getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Curious.
Yeah, I'm curious too, because it does feel like, you used to have all these great media, areas in all these places, and now there's nothing left.
According to, yeah, the Minnesota Star Tribune, Target is changing their strategy.
Uh-huh.
The article said it's going to be not an everything store in quotes.
Okay.
Target plans to cut the number of home products that it sells in half in an attempt to achieve its less is more impact. The strategy extends to sporting goods, toys, electronics, which will get more thoughtfully merchandised with a point of view, said Cassandra Jones, VP of what Target calls Fun 101. Hey,
Okay.
this is fun. Let's get less toys, less sporting goods, and less electronics.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Target is the last place I'm going to go look for sporting goods.
Yeah, that one, sure.
But toys and electronic, yeah, I'll go look if I'm looking for a set of headphones or something like that. I'll go, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but if
I don't believe I ever bought a TV from Target. I more go to Walmart, but that's just maybe perception because Walmart maybe has better prices or even Best Buy. I'm going to Best Buy to buy TVs over Walmart.
Well, I mean, that's the challenge is that if there's a reason for Target to do this, it means that things are selling less.
Right.
It means less is more. It just means that how they're spinning it to the media. They're not going to
Mhm.
say, well, electronics is on decline and it's costing us lots of money to have this space when we can have more clothing, which sells at a higher volume than electronics.
Yeah.
They're not going to say that. But if they're experiencing it, Walmart's going to experience it. And if
Mhm.
Target doesn't, I'm sure Walmart's going to be right behind it, which means less shelf space for toys.
Well, I mean, you just said, I think you hit the nail on the head because when you said clothing, I'm like, oh, yeah, if I want to buy something, if I'm looking for a piece of clothing, I'll go to Target versus Walmart because
Yeah.
Target has a little bit more, a little bit better stuff or a little bit better name brands.
Yeah.
Uh, I think the perception's different when you buy it from Target versus Walmart. But I mean, you go to Walmart and there's TVs sitting out there for like $150, $200 that were $500 2, 3 years ago. I mean, I'm in, I think it's crazy how cheap TVs have gotten, you know?
Yeah. It was crazy when they were flat screens for thousands of dollars, and now you can get one for like anywhere between like $300, $400.
It's even cheaper than that. If you look, you can get them for like $150. But I mean, I don't know the quality of them. I don't.
Well, that's the challenge.
Yeah. I mean, it's like when we bought the one to put on our back deck, the guy was just like, "Well, you may want to go spend more and get an outdoor TV." And I'm thinking, I could buy one outdoor TV or five of these.
Yeah,
I'll,
when I bought my outdoor TV, it was like $2,500 through BrandsMart, and then BrandsMart canceled it.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna buy just a cheapo, and if I last 2 years with this TV, great.
Right. Yeah. It's like, who cares? You just replace it. It's cheaper to replace it every 2 years than to spend the money on a good one to put
Although
outside.
although
So.
people are yelling at us about waste. The
I
weird
mean, yeah, but if it's 2,500 freaking dollars for outdoor TV, I'll spend the 150 every
just
couple
the
of years.
metal framing.
Yeah.
Um, Weird thing happened this week that an image of Rada the Hutt, aka Stinky from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, appeared online with like holding like blades.
Yeah.
But that image turned out to be AI. And
Huh.
then was it Empire? Variety? So one
It's
of those
Empire. I think
is
Empire.
Empire
They're the
released
ones
an
that.
official image.
Mhm.
So yeah, Rada the Hutt was officially released, and it shows off his six pack, and
It's
uh,
such a weird look for a hut.
it's weird to see a Hutt with muscle after
Right.
being so used to seeing Jabba the Hutt, and then even the twins from Mandalorian, they're gluttonous and overweight,
Mhm.
so it's weird to see a fit one.
Right. But I mean, I think they did the right, have the right guy voicing it because you look at him and he's, sort of into that kind of stuff, I guess. Or at least his characters, seem to be like that. But yeah, no, I want to see more. And they also released like a silhouette of Grogu
Yep.
backstage. I just don't I don't want that movie to suck. I don't want that movie to suck. I just want to go and have a good time watching a Star Wars movie. I want to be with my friends. I want to be with my family. I want to have a good time in the theater again. and not have anybody look at me weird. And be like, that movie sucked.
There's a famous quote from The Godfather. Every time I get out, they pull me back in.
Yeah.
And are you ready to be pulled back in?
Yeah, I think I am.
The Hallmark ornament for this year
Oh,
kind of leaked, and it was Boba Fett on a Star Wars card.
I hope it's a normal ornament. I hope that's a normal ornament. I don't want it to be the San Diego Comic-Con because that's what they do with the good ornaments.
Well, to Hallmark's credit, the ones that they have released as like a San Diego Comic-Con have been the Sam Person and the Vinyl Cape Jawa. The ones that are popular, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, have been normal
Okay.
main characters. So it's almost like the main characters are main release in Hallmark.
Yeah.
And then the specialty characters, the deep cuts for people, are the ones that appear at those conventions exclusives.
Right.
So following that trend, Boba Fett should be a regular release.
I hope he is because he's not going to be that hard to get if he isn't.
And
If he
someone
is.
like the Death Star Commander would be the. I'm not saying that's what's going to be the convention exclusive this year, but I think like the Death Star Imperial, whatever commander, however you want to. They've got 12 different names for that one.
Yeah, I mean, and that's smart on them for making it more desirable. Make the figure that you don't want. Make the figure that people don't want. Make it want it by making them at San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, it is curious because I thought they were going to release the first 12, but I mean, if they're like it's going to take 6 years to do that, we need to put a bump in the give it a bump. Making it Boba Fett definitely gives it a bump.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they're going to do another Zeb with Mandalorian and Grogu. Probably not.
Well, they did tease. No, okay. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Probably
I mean
not.
that we're gonna know those pretty quick. Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious. But yeah, I haven't been into those. I used to spend a few $100s on those ornaments. I buy several of them every year, but yeah, I think I need to put those up because I've got some that I bought last year that are still sitting in a box. So, but yeah, I will definitely buy that Boba Fett one because those figures look cool.
We were on our chat last night, and I was getting really excited because people were starting to make plans. They were buying airfare to come to Rogue Fun while we were on the phone with them on the Zoom call.
Yeah.
They were changing flights to make sure they can make everything, to attend everything. And I was just getting excited because we're going to be seeing our friends in just 8 short weeks.
8 weeks. Oh my God.
8 weeks yesterday, which is 3 days ago. If you're listening to this on a Tuesday that it's released.
No, I know it's going to be a lot of work, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely excited. Here we go.
Here we go. It's coming up. We've hit the daylight savings, which is in my mind, was another marker for getting close to the event. Like, I don't have to worry about it. Daylight savings hasn't hit yet.
And then dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. I don't have to worry about it. It's not spring.
And then what's that smell? Oh, it's those trees.
It's the pollen. That's the next marker.
Oh my God, yeah. Here we go.
Pine pollen.
Great.
It's coming any day now.
Yeah, and I just cleaned off my back. Well, I didn't clean off the whole back deck, but I took all the what do they call it? Cushions off the couch to clean them down. So I'll put them right back up just in time for pollen.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to take mine and put them in the washing machine, take the covers off of them and wash them.
Yeah, I use the porch spray and just spray them down. It's easier than taking them apart. But anyway.
But if you were one of the 3 people that listened to the Rogue Fun preview episode, you probably heard a hint that Glenn gave for one of our panels.
Yeah, I kind of let that slip, didn't I?
It's fine. It's fine. Nobody listened, so it's perfectly
Everybody's
fine.
like, "Who? What?"
But we're happy to announce that every month leading up to Rogue Fun 2, Fun and Villainy will be unveiling a panel for the event. And this month in March, we're announcing our 4th panel Rebels with the Plan. Kenner designers discuss the force behind those classic toys. So step inside legendary halls of Kenner as Howard Bollinger, Tim Effler, and Alton Takayasu revealed the true power behind the force. Discover the untold stories of some of the world's most iconic toy lines and what work was like at Kenner. Come hear the stories that defined a generation of play. Howard Bollinger, who was nice enough to join us last time at Rogue Fun, is a retired senior vice president of product concepts at Kenner Hasbro Toys with more than 30 years of experience at Kenner. Bollinger's list of toy lines he worked on includes Star Wars, Care Bears, Ghostbusters, Jurassic Park, MASH, Strawberry Shortcake, Littlest Pet Shop, and Batman. Tim Effler had been in the creative development business for over 45 years. As director of product concepts at Kenner, he contributed many of their most successful lines, including The $6 Million Man, Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Ghostbusters, Nerf, Jurassic Park, and so much more. I know Lori's listening, so yes, Terminator as well. And Alton Takayasu worked for Kenner from 1984 to 1991, and he was the lead creative designer on Ghostbusters, Silverhawks, RoboCop, Beetlejuice, and more. Alton joined Mattel in 1991, where he became director of design for action figures and later Hot Wheels. He assumed creative responsibility for all licensed entertainment-based properties and internally developed intellectual properties produced by Mattel. He was also involved in the design of various full-size Hot Wheel cars, as well as various lines of action figures before retiring in 2024. He was inducted into the Model Car Hall of Fame in 2019. This is not part of the description, but he did work on several of the Star Wars themed Hot Wheel cars.
Nice.
So I don't know if there's anybody out there that collect those, but he did design a lot of those. So don't miss this opportunity to hear firsthand accounts of their time at Kenner and beyond. This panel can only be experienced at Rogue Fun 2 Fun and Villainy. We have 185 tickets sold, which leaves 15. I got some feedback that we should flip that because people might think that we're desperate. We've got 15 tickets, guys. No, we're good. We have 185 people attending this event. We want you to join us. We invite you to be part of the experience.
Right. We don't want y'all missing out and being like, oh man, I should have gone in 2 months when we're talking about it. So yeah, no, it was fun last time. It'll be fun again this year. You'll definitely yeah. If the I don't want to say extracurricular, but if Friday night or because we talked about it. So Friday night at the hotel is always fun because I've never seen so many prototypes before in my life. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah. We'll see what happens Friday.
Yeah. I'm hoping. Yeah.
We're not supposed to be in the lobby, but I think what they interpreted as room sales was like people or lobby sales people setting up like the grid walls and putting things out. And it's like, no, just hang out, put some stuff on the table. Just a few items. Save it for the room sale Saturday night. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what that happens at every place because I think what they've experienced is like at Toylanta, people do that, and it's like, no, that's not what we do. No, it's not that.
I booked a room for Friday and Saturday night at the hotel.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, just the transportation going back and forth and being there, and I think it's probably just for the best.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So I can wake up, and I just remember waking up like during the first Rogue Fun and having to come home, which is 10 minutes away, but it still felt like I got to get home, I got to get inside, I got to get ready for bed, and like there's just a lot that goes on when I just want to crash.
Right.
So this just made it easier where I can just go and crash, and I don't have to worry like Friday night for if we do hang out for a little bit, I don't have to worry about, well, I got to go because I got to get up in the morning and get back here.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. I may have to look into that.
I did get just a single bed.
Damn it.
A king size bed. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we could have snuggled.
We could, but it'd be a lot of people in one room.
Well, I'm more worried about because you got it Friday night, so it'd be really nice, because we're gonna be all hot and sweaty on Friday, moving all that stuff around. So run, take a shower, and then go to puppetry arts. So that's what I'm more worried about than anything.
But imagine you could use the shower, you just can't use the toilet, knowing you.
Come on.
Only if it's a number one.
Okay. Well, I'm sure there's bathrooms downstairs, so I'll be fine.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then you can just use the sink to wash off real quick.
Oh, yeah, take a cat bath. That'd be great. I'm sure they'd love to see that.
Yeah. We got nothing but the best here.
What are you doing? Jason won't let me use his shower.
So I'm using toilet water. Yeah.
Blizzard Entertainment presents Midnight, the newest expansion for World of Warcraft. Midnight calls every hero home to Azeroth. All paths lead to this moment. Xalatath rises, the Void follows, and the Sunwell stands in peril. Raiders, explorers, storytellers, newcomers, and legends alike. This is your world, your story, your moment. Because Azeroth is home, and home is always worth fighting for. Available now at worldofwarcraft.com.
Baseball is back, and the first pitch is on Netflix. The New York Yankees, led by seven-time All-Star Aaron Judge, head to the San Francisco Bay to take on Rafael Devers' San Francisco Giants. This season kicks off with one exclusive opening night game. Watch MLB Opening Night, the New York Yankees versus the San Francisco Giants, live on Netflix. Wednesday, March 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Sorry.
That's all good.
That's that. Yeah. Toilet water. Bending over the toilet and spreading it. Yeah, that'd be great.
Splash it on your face.
Oh my God.
But yeah, and then I think we might have one more panel to announce, which is nice. So working on that. Hopefully in April we'll be able to announce that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we got plenty of stuff still to announce, and we've got a few weeks to announce it. So
yeah,
we have to cut back, like the swag thing, the swag game, like the literal game that we've created for this. We've got to announce, and might have to cut back on something.
I did put in the preliminary offer or preliminary swag out. So I guess we'll see what happens when shoot. I'm waiting to get the proof back. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm working on something which will be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that too.
And I'm excited for the event itself. So like I said, 15 tickets left. There's a chance that it's going to be 12 real soon.
Yeah.
Like I like to say, we've got a couple fish in the line.
Yeah, buddy.
But thank you for listening to the Smugglers Galaxy Podcast. If you could, please leave a like and a 5-star review of the show where you listen. It really helps us out and points people to our show. You can follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Send us an email or message us. We love feedback. We love to make you part of our show. So thank you. What was his name? Piston _.
Oh, dude, I totally got off the thing.
Yeah,
so I don't remember.
Yeah, but thank you. And our email address, if you want to send us an email, is smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. Thank you to Alfonso Riviera for the Smugglers Galaxy logo. And thank you to Levi Waterhouse for the music. People, collect for the love of it. # vote with your wallet. Pass on what you've learned. Be a positive force in the collecting community. This is the way.
This is the way.
And change your batteries in your fire extinguisher.
Yes.
Fire